In this video, we are going to talk about Bbai stock, price targets, short and long term, of course, and how you can benefit from buying this stock as of this video. As always, in the top left hand corner is the up-to-date Discord P&L for the month and the many nice comments and wins posted by Discord members. Join the Discord, patreon.com/shadesandtrades, to be part of a friendly, patient, and disciplined community of coachable traders that make brilliant buys and rare blunders. But first, make sure to knock out the like button in the next 5 seconds.
Do you ever just get down on your knees and thank God that you know me?
What did I tell you guys? Guys, this whole week, what have I been pounding the table on? What have I been pounding the table on? What did I tell you guys? What was I saying? I would make a Bbai video, and what was I constantly pounding the table on? Bitcoin. Why? If Bitcoin does not, repeat it after me, if Bitcoin does not break its downtrend, what do you think is going to happen? Every time we've just tanked. What do you think's happening right now? We came up to the trend line. Let me adjust it so you can see. Boom, right? There you go. Came up to the trend line, gave it a nice little tap, right? Give it a nice little tap. And we're dropping. And it's in a bearish pattern. I told you this. You guys can't say I was telling you, like, man, you know what? I don't want to buy anything risky that can dilute. SoFi diluted and it dropped like what? 10%, 8%, something like that. That's the risk. If you buy and then they dilute, this is going to drop like 8, 10, 15%. Who knows how much? Especially because this one is not SoFi. This is a whole nother. It's not in the same realm as SoFi. It's not on the same level. If it was on the same level, it'd be at 27, not sitting at what, $6, $5? Like, come on, man. Let's keep it real. So it's happening. This is real. If crypto does not hold over the weekend and it just tanks, you best believe not to be fooled. Do not be fooled by all the green on the left hand side. This is all trying to fool you. All this green over here. Don't be so biased that you don't notice. Like, oh man, what the hell happened over here? Look at this. Everyone was so excited and happy yesterday. Woo, we're up 10, 15%. Woo, nobody was crying yesterday, right? Who was crying yesterday? Anyone? I wasn't crying. I was just kind of like, until we break that downtrend on Bitcoin, I can't be excited. Like, I just can't. And you shouldn't either. So many people were excited yesterday, and like, buddy, we haven't broken that downtrend on Bitcoin. If that doesn't break, people just don't want to hold anything risky. We're just going to come down across the markets. That's exactly where we are. This is the worst situation that could have happened too, because usually we break out and go higher on Bitcoin. This is not happening. The last time this happened, we went into a bear market across not just crypto, but also the stock market, obviously, because they follow one another. So I'm not gonna buy Bbai. I think they will. I think quite frankly, they know something we don't, and they all increase the authorized shares because they're gonna have to dilute heavily because they're gonna need the money for whatever it may be, for whatever reason we don't know. They're gonna do something with it, and they need the funds. So I think right now, it's just time to sit back and relax. You lose nothing if you don't buy, right? I want you to think about this. If you don't buy Bbai, what are you losing? You're losing no money because you're not in it. You don't make money, but that's fine too. Again, the most important thing is not making money. You guys got it twisted. It's not about making money, guys. The most important thing is protecting your money. People don't think of it that way. They don't respect their money. They just throw it away. Man, I hope it works out. You know, you got MAGA Nick, Joey Shaw. MAGA Nick in the Discord, he lost 1,800 because he sold APOD right before the big run. Why? Common sense ain't so common sense is what it turns out to be. Joey Shaw, same story, but he bought calls on MSTR and now he's blown up his account. So the point I'm trying to make is not buying, believe it or not buying is a win sometimes. It's a win because you're not exposed to any of the dangers of potentially holding a big bag. And you guys might think I'm kidding. Let me pull up Joey Shaw. I think today he admitted like, yeah, the guys don't do what I did, man. I just got destroyed. I think he lost like 60K or something ridiculous. So that's the some of you have to work on your mindset. You cannot have this mindset of, man, I missed out. I shouldn't have listened to Shades. I should have not. I should have, held and it would have gone up 15%. Woo, right? Because right now, the people who didn't sell, they have to be they better be cautious. Because this is why I gave it a cautious buy. They better be cautious because if Bitcoin does not break out, you better believe we coming on down. And we might go to 4, 3, 2. Because if this is a bear market, you better believe we come down nice and cheap. And it's going to get ugly. And if you blew your wad buying a ton of shares here, and you don't got more cash to add more, guess who's, you're just going to have to sit there and watch as it keeps going lower. Well, I can't say we're in a bear market. I don't know if we're in a bear market. I don't know. But boy, oh boy, it's looking like it more and more when nobody wants to hold one of the riskiest bets out there, which is which is Bitcoin. So Bbai stuck in a box right now, bouncing around between 5 and 7. So I mean, this is going to be. I already told you guys this. I'll buy if it comes down here, and I'll set a stop at the low. I'll buy right here, literally right here, up to the top of the range. That's a nice 30% return. That's actually very good. Nice. Buy the bottom, sell the top, right? You can't screw that one up. Does that mean I'm not going to set a stop loss? Hell yeah, I'm going to set a stop loss. Ideally, I don't even want to hold this overnight, quite frankly, with the current market situation. Too many people yesterday were woo, woo, woo. Oh my God. They weren't crying yesterday. Why weren't people crying yesterday? Please stop going up. Please, woo. Like, of course not. It's ridiculous. People aren't going to do that. This is why I wasn't excited. This is why I was so bored yesterday because I'm like, we're not out of the woods yet. So the plan here, here's the game plan for me at least. I can only tell you what I'm going to do. If it comes down to 540 here, 5 to 540, I will buy. Stop loss at 502. And if it stops me out, cool. I don't hold no bag. I'll take the small loss and reposition because boy, oh boy, if we break this, we come down to 450, then 350, and so on. And it would be bad if we break down because it just means that also means that Bitcoin tanked. That's what that means, which means everything is coming down, which means big red next week. That's literally what it would be. So that's the game plan. I'm just giving you the game plan. I am not willing to hold right now. Riskier bets. Sure, I'll buy APLD because it's that one is safe, right? I'll buy Soundhound. That one is safe too. I'll buy some safe stock and just be cool. I'll be sleeping good at night. But keep in mind, Bbai is no Nvidia. You'd be lying to yourself. Don't you tell me that it's Nvidia. It's not. It's no Palantir either. You can call it the next Palantir. You can call it the next whatever. We don't know. It could be the next color. We never know. That's the beauty. You cannot get. I know we've made a lot of money on this. Doesn't mean you get overconfident and cocky. That's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing live right now. Me telling you, I've been there. I'm trying not to be overconfident and cocky. Yes, I know the strategy is to buy the purple line, but if there's a bear market and a lot of signs of a potential bear market, we might even be in it and we won't know it until we're actually deep into it. It's best to be cautious because you would hate to just buy up and then hold the bag all the way down. And some of you have told me like I don't got much cash left. So, that's why yesterday I was just kind of like, I'm not going to make a Bbai video. What's the point? Let's see what it does Friday. Let's see what Bitcoin does Friday. It was important for Bitcoin to break out today because then we would have seen a huge surge across the whole. We would have just gone another 20% easily. But that's not what's playing out right now. So I just gave you the strat, classic buy the bottom, sell the top. I'm going to start using stop losses because I just have to. Like, I just got to be more cautious here because of the current market situation. Too many people are really, really betting on being saved by, people were hoping that NVIDIA saves us. Please save us, NVIDIA. Please save us, rate cut. Please save. A lot of people are begging to be saved. And that makes me actually very cautious. Because it's like, if you have to hope to be saved, be it by NVIDIA, be it by rate cuts, be it by AI not a bubble, be it by Trump himself. If you have to hope that someone saves you in the markets, that doesn't sound right to me. I don't know about you. That don't sound right to me. Now you're hoping to be saved. Good luck. Like, so I know my tone has changed. The purple line strategy still works, yes, but if this is a bear market, man, we're gonna go way under that purple line. Look at this. Look at the bear market of 2022. What happened? Oops. Let's go to the bear market of 20. What happened? Whoa! It dropped from 16 to 58 cents. Look at that. It touched the purple line at. But imagine it goes to 16. It touches the purple line at $8. You buy it and it pumps a little bit, and you're like, hell yeah, we're going back to 16. Hell yeah. And then what happens? Ooh, it goes under the purple line, and then what? Oh my god! Not only does it go under the purple line, but it goes way under it, and that's what happens with these riskier stocks. When they go under the purple line, when Nvidia goes under the purple line, the king of semiconductors, if that goes under its purple line, you better believe BBI is going way under it. And that's why I've been cautious. That's why I've been telling you guys, like, this is. I know people aren't going to listen to Coach Shades. They're just thinking short term. I want to make my 15% right now. I want to make lots of money right now, right now, right now. But they're not looking at the big picture. I am giving you right now probably the biggest warning possible. This is why I changed it to cautious buy. Be very, very cautious. You would hate to buy right now. And then this happens. It goes under the purple line. You're like, woo, purple line strategy, woo. And then it just tanks to, like, who knows, $1.50, right? Do not underestimate bear markets. Do not. You've seen Palantir. I've shown you many times Palantir. What did it do in a bear market? Drop from 40 to $5. You better believe a bear market can send. Look at this, 45 to $5. Then from $5 to 200. Woo, right? You make a lot of money on the way up, but you got to hold through some pain. Also, you got to have the cash to keep averaging down as it goes lower. So none of this is easy. I'm just warning you. Some of you are not going to listen, of course. Some of you are going to buy your short-term data calls, and you're going to get blown up. And it's going to be like, you just didn't have to take that risk. You could have just sat back and relaxed and waited to see if we were going to truly reverse, because we have not reversed yet. Bitcoin needs to reverse. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, I highly don't recommend margin and leverage. I've done the same thing, blew my account apart. Joey Shaw, 9:19 a.m. today. If you want to gamble, don't do it on margin at all. So yeah, this guy was gambling, not only with margin and leverage. So he was using margin, leverage, and I think he took out a bank loan. On top of all that, he bought calls, short-term dated calls, on a very risky, volatile stock like MSTR. So this is what I mean. Like, by the way, if you have not blown your account, you're doing great, because there's a lot of people these past 2 months. Guess what happened to them? They got destroyed. People like this guy, Joey Shaw. I mean, they got destroyed, but he's going to learn from his mistakes and he's going to do better. Supposedly, we'll see. These gamblers, they never change. They say they're going to change, but then they do it all over again. That's just how they are. I can't help those kinds of people. They have to help themselves first before I can even, help them. Sold 2 positions, just kept 1 position of SoFi. I sound drunk, but thank you, Shade. Shout out to Porter's Gold Rush. Diamond handed going through my Robinhood account, getting logged down due to negative margin. Now I got 79K back in margin and de-risked out of a lot of my Bbai calls. So this guy bought a lot of Bbai calls because the purple line strategy works. But the one time it doesn't, guess what? It's a bear market, and you don't want to be holding no calls if it's a bear market. Because it's just going to, I just showed you what happens in a bear market. I just showed you what happens. Everything goes under the purple line. And I'll way under it. And if you're holding calls, guess what happens? You get destroyed. Because these bear markets they can last a year. So even if you buy 2 years out leaps, it's just a whole year of it just going down. You're still going to get destroyed. You're still going to lose. Even if you buy leaps. So this guy, he bought a lot of calls, and obviously he's like, you know what? I need to get out of this because it just doesn't look good. Me and a lot of people, other people who are experienced, we have the same, we're kind of in agreement. Like, we need to just stay away. Like, we lose nothing. If it pumps huge, cool. Guess what? I got SoundHound. Guess what? It's almost like there's other opportunities out there. Well, it's almost like Bbai goes up like 40% and then it comes down again. And then it goes 40% and then it's almost like there's always opportunity if you're patient. You don't got to be making money every day right away. There's a lot of lessons to be learned in this Bbai video, by the way. These are real people, by the way. These are real people who make real mistakes. They're losing money because they're buying ridiculous calls or whatever the case may be. and 100 of my 500 are calls. Man, this guy bought RR calls. I already told this guy, don't be buying calls right now. Calls, you buy them when Bitcoin finally reverses, because then that means everyone is risk on. Everyone's willing to hold Bitcoin. Hell yeah, risk is back on. Right now, not the time for that. That's why I have not alerted calls since, I don't think I've even talked about calls other than to tell you I have not talked about calls since like October. Since that huge drop. Remember that huge drop in October where everything just tanked a lot? Ever since then, I'm like, whoa, I am not buying calls anymore. Because you would hate to buy calls and then you get a huge drop in like we did in October. I'm sure you guys remember that when everything just absolutely got demolished, right? Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that big red, these big red candles here. Remember that? Look at this. Like that when you started seeing these big volatile drops, that's when you're like, something ain't right. Like, smells funny, right? Like you gotta have experience, of course, to be able to uh, recognize, to have the pattern recognition to recognize all this. It's easy for me to say, yeah, I saw it, coming. I saw it. That's why I was being cautious. That's why I was being, even right now, I'm still warning you. I'm still like pounding you over the head with a hammer, telling you be very careful. When Coach Shades says be very careful, you better believe it. It's better to miss out than to buy and you just hold hold it all the way down because it turns out to be a bear market. Don't ask me if it's a bear market. I don't know. We're literally at a critical point where it might be, and we're gonna get the signal, but not yet. We haven't gotten the signal yet. Let's see what happens in the next. It should be a Christmas rally. It was supposed to be October, didn't happen. November didn't happen. Christmas rally. I mean, it's not looking good either. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. LOL, don't be like me. I gamble too often sometimes. Pays off sometimes, but not for everyone. I went negative in margin overbuying with calls at or under the purple line. Purple line always pays, but don't gamble unless it's money that you're willing to turn for. Yeah, see, the purple line works, guys. It still works, but in a bear market, it just works really, really well because you get really, 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 really big discounts. But if you blow your entire wad buying right now, you're still going to get destroyed, especially if you're buying calls right here. From here, the bear market of 2022. Let me show you something. This is, like I said, there's a lot to learn from this video if you're one of those people who are going to study and actually take this seriously. So it dropped 50% from 16 to $8, 50% discount, right, at the purple line back before the bear market, right? You didn't even know this was a bear market until it really just, like I said, you don't recognize it until you're like here and you're like, oh no, this ain't recovering. It's just it's just going down. Well, guess what? From purple line to the low of 50 cents, 58 cents. Look at that. From the purple line to 58 cents in that bear market of 2022 for Bbai, what happened? It dropped 92%. The strategy, the purple line strategy works so well that you get a 92% discount. But that also means if you bought up here, you're also holding down 92% in the red, and obviously for a lot of people that's very painful. They don't have the tolerances that I have, and they can't be a machine like I am. It's easy for me to look at this. I know how to read charts so well. I've been through this before, so I wouldn't be scared. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm buying more. You give me Nvidia at 50, bring it down to 20, APLD to $5, please, do what Palantir did, bring it down real cheap. When everyone is scared, I will buy. It will go back up. You can do that with APLD. You can do that with Bbai, Nvidia. Some are riskier than others, obviously. You trade a little bit of reward for less risk if you buy Nvidia, right? But if you buy Bbai, clearly the people who bought down here at 50 cents, well, oh man, in the bull market, boy, did it go up to $6, you would have made 11 or 12x, right? Assuming you even had the cash to average down as it kept going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, 92% down in the red. The bear markets are very painful, guys. So again, a lot of lessons to be learned. It's up to you to write it down. A lot to be learned. And then here's the fun part. Ready? Here's the fun part. From top to the bear market low of what was it? 58 cents? 95% down. Like, you guys think I'm joking? You have no idea. Bear markets can bring us down a lot. And I've been telling you guys, be ready. Be ready, because this will happen. Maybe not this week, maybe not next month. Maybe we're in the middle of it and it's going to get worse. But at some point in the next few years, we're going to get a bear market. They come around every few years. That's just how it is. You cannot avoid this. It will happen, and you will have to hold through a lot of pain with everyone else, right? The only people who weren't deep in the red or even red period were people who like somehow timed the bottom, right? They timed exactly 58 cents. They didn't buy anything. All this time, this whole drop, they didn't buy a single time. They just for some reason really timed the top bottom here at 58 cents and we're immediately in the green, never in the red, and then it went up a lot. Obviously, that's ridiculous because if we could all time bottoms and tops, we what's the point? We know where the top is and the bottom is. We'll just buy there, and everyone is rich. What's the point of even going? What's the point of going through kindergarten, first grade, elementary, middle? Like, there's no point in going through high school. I'll just tell my son, hey, um, time that the bottom is at 58 cents. Just wait for it. It'll come down and then sell at $6. You'll make your 12x and just rinse and repeat. Right? That's obviously I'm being ridiculous for I'm exaggerating on purpose, but you get the point. So yeah, and we haven't had a bear market in what 3 years now, going on to year four. So this is why I'm saying like be very cautious. Be very cautious. I hope it's not a bear market. I hope it's not. I don't want one. Not yet. Please. Ooh, maybe it is going to be a bear market. Look at that. 666. Did you see that? 666 right here for a split second. It flashed the sign, guys. That's not. Oh, it's flashing it again. 666 while I'm making the video. I think that's it. That's the sign, guys. Looks like bear market is here. It is in. We just got the devil's blessing right there. Jokes aside. Jokes aside. I just give you the game plan. I can only pound the table so many times. Be very cautious. Be safe, right? And keep a very close eye on Bitcoin over the weekend. If that does not hold here, watch out. I really, really hope this is not a bear market. I really don't want one, if I'm being honest. I don't. But if it is, and it is what it is, and we just got to go with it, roll with the punches, as people say, and we'll be there. We'll be making money because we've been making money on the way down on APOD and on SoundHound, even on BBI, right? On the way down, we've been making money on this, right? It comes down to the purple line. We flip it, flip it, flip it. We just keep flipping it. Obviously, because of the announcement of dilution risk. Uh, Obviously, I took the small loss, $200 loss, no big deal, right? Because we made thousands on all these flips here, and yeah, it's just better to be safe than sorry. Really, is how you can summarize all this. That's it. I should just put this at the beginning of the video. I will summarize this video in one sentence: better to be safe than sorry. That is it for the video. I already gave you the game plan. You know what to do. I'll see you guys in the next one.